If you don't watch any other video that I ever make, I hope you'll watch this one. It's that important. In your real estate business, taking this step will help you toward lead generation and building your business faster. It'll be especially important in your niche, and it's very important as well in your regular real estate business. Watch it, take some notes. I'm going to jump right in. Hi, Stuart Sutton, author of Niche Marketing Blueprint. And we do put out marketing tips. We do that consistently. And this one, as I said earlier, is I think the most important one you could watch. If you watch none of the others, be sure you watch this and take some notes, because it is the single most powerful thing you can do toward your own success in lead generation and responses from marketing. This is all about the unique selling proposition. You may have heard it referred to as the USP, and you've heard many different explanations for it. I'm going to try to apply it so that you can understand how you can put it into place in your real estate business. I did it in mine, and it made all the difference in me going to the next level. It is a very, very powerful strategy that you never want to stop using. You can change it, you can adapt it, you can improve it, but don't ever stop using it. So let's jump right in. What is it? Well, a unique selling proposition tells the prospect what's unique about you. Why is that important? Well, because we tend to lump everybody into a category. When you hear the term divorce attorney, what do you think of that group of people? When you hear the term contractor, what do you think of that type of person? When you hear the term real estate agent, what do people think of that occupation? We have preconceived notions. We absolutely do. So the unique selling proposition is designed so that you can break out of that and give yourself a different perception in the prospect's mind. Let's take a look how you want to do that. It needs to be very simple, 2 to 3 sentences, and it needs to solve problems. One of the most important pieces of advice I ever gotten was quit selling and start solving problems. When you solve the consumer's problems, there's a reason for them to contact you, to ask you to do business with them. Let's delve into this just a little more. Don't use long, complex generalities in marketing online or off or in print pieces, but do use very specific details in social media posts, online ads, print ads, whatever the case is. Now, we're going to define that just a little bit more right now. So don't use generalities. Use specifics that are unique, that solve problems. When asked about what you do or what your occupation is, what you do for a living, don't answer the question the same as every other agent would, because you're lumping yourself into that category. Do provide a response that solves problems and compels the listener or the reader to ask, how do you do that? What's that all about? So you've got 2 criteria: solve problems and compel them to ask a question. Actually, more criteria than that. The previous criteria was short. So short, solve problems, compel them to ask, how do you do that? So those are really the 3 things we're looking for. Here's one of my favorites from another industry, and this is true, by the way. This person says, I help people get divorced in 2 months for less than $5,000 with no fighting. One of my favorite scenarios that I was taught was, let's just say you're at an office party, your spouse's office party, your significant other, or a good friend, or whatever the case is. The office party is full of people you may not be familiar with. So you're at the punch bowl, someone walks up and says, hey, welcome to the party. What do you do? Well, this person would respond, I help people get divorced in 2 months for less than $5,000 with no fighting. That's a pretty good response. Now, if this person had just said, I'm a divorce attorney, the questioner would have lumped them into the same category that they perceive all divorce attorneys to be in. But this USP is totally different. Let's take a look at it real quick. Does it solve problems? I help people get divorced in 2 months. Well, we think divorces take forever for less than $5,000. Well, we think divorces are really expensive with no fighting. Well, we think that divorces are awful, backbiting, bickering, fighting. This solved problems, short and sweet, and probably, I think you'd agree, compel the question to say, well, how do you do that? Okay, so let's look at another one. You know this one. It's world-renowned. We deliver you a hot pizza in 30 minutes or less, or it's free. And we know Domino's took #1 market share nearly overnight with this unique selling proposition. Did they solve problems? Well, yeah, pizzas weren't delivered on time. And it was still hot when it got there. And if not hot, then it was free. So basically they're saying, hey, we're going to deliver you a hot pizza. People are tired of getting cold pizzas. We're going to deliver it to you on time. If we don't, you have a guarantee it's going to be free. You see, the worst thing about getting a pizza late and cold is you still have to pay for it. Now, Domino's, just so you know, was number one while they had that USP. When they basically went away from it, they slipped and are no longer number one. But that USP vaulted them to the top of a very competitive industry. So let's go to you in real estate. Someone walks up to you at the punch bowl. Don't say, well, I'm a real estate agent. Do say something like, I specialize in educating new home buyers about the home buying process and teaching them to save up to $1,947 while they navigate the purchase of their first home. What did you just do? Well, you set yourself completely apart from what they perceive real estate agents to be. Have you solved problems? Yes. What are the problems with new home buyers? Well, they don't know anything. We know that. New home buyers don't know anything. Now, with the advent of online information, they know a lot more than they used to, but they still are pretty naive in most cases. And we know it costs a lot of money to buy a house, especially maybe for a first-time home buyer. They've never owned a home before, so they have a lot of money they got to spend. You've solved those problems. And have you compelled the question, well, how do you do that? Yeah, I think so. That's a pretty darn good USP right there. So here's another one. What do you do? Well, I've been in real estate for 17 years. That sounds nice. Sounds like you're really good and experienced. That's great. But, a lot of people have been in business for 17 years. What if you instead said, I have a process that works so well in helping homeowners sell quickly and for a top dollar that we have a 100% satisfaction guarantee, or we pay you. That fulfills the problems. Selling quickly, selling for top dollar, satisfied with the process. We know that very few agents have guarantees for their service. Does it solve problems? Yes. Does it compel the question, how do you do that? Yes. Really? How do you do that? How do you guarantee your services? How is your process so effective that you can guarantee it? I think that fulfills those as well. Now, there are many others. The USP that you generate, that you create, that you build, that you have as part of your business can be one of hundreds. I've heard so many good ones. If you will generate and use and put a unique selling proposition in front of prospects and clients, it will make so much difference in how people perceive you. So where are you going to put your USP? Well, everywhere. You're going to include it in conversation, include it in your email signature. So your email signature says your name and your phone number and your email address. And then it says, we help new home buyers, and the whole USP. Or we have a process so effective in helping some home sellers, and there's your USP. Email signature on your business card. Mine's on my business card. It's in my email signature. It's on every postcard I send out. It's in online ads. Pretty much all marketing and wherever you are seen. That unique selling proposition needs to be associated with you by clients and customers. And I just said that. By who? Everybody. Your past clients need to know so they can share it with others. Prospects need to know so they can separate you from the group of real estate agents that they perceive to be all the same. So I hope you can see why I felt this was such an important video. The unique selling proposition will do so much for your business, and it's absolutely imperative in your niche. Here's a video I think that you'll really like. Take a look at this. It explains in detail how to get a more powerful review. Everyone needs better reviews, so if you're competing with other agents, they also have reviews. Here's how you get the very best reviews. Hope to see you there.